Get enough of this Akaash Singh situation. It's unbelievable that we get to see in 4K a man getting destroyed live over the internet. I can't just stop watching videos and people's reaction to the Akaash Singh situation. You know, I think we all grew up watching that one man getting destroyed by his wife and us asking ourselves, why would a man put up with that? Why would anybody choose to be a slave to any other human being or any other system? And I can't believe a multimillionaire, Akaash Singh, is putting himself through that slavery. And you know what? One thing that I want to say is I don't believe in looks anymore. Like men don't care about being good looking or not, tall or not. You just shoot your shot. Whatever happens, happens. So Akaash Singh, he's a short, ugly looking dude, but so what? All that money should build up his confidence when he walks around town doing whatever he wants. And not all girls are gonna like you, but so what? You're not looking for all girls. You're looking for just that one. And the one that he got, it is just putting him through an embarrassment ritual. Insane. But you know what? My name is Noel. I'm over here on Verbal on Life, just putting my opinion out there. I've been through 2 marriages and currently going through a divorce. So I stand strong on my opinion on this because I've been through the rig of going through a woman that is trying to make use of you. And my current girlfriend is leaving me, and it's the happiest I have ever been. No prenup, because a lot of people I keep saying that Akash got no prenup, so he kind of screwed. He's gonna have to lose it all. But you know what? I'd rather lose it or press the reset button to life than to live as a slave in the short life that we got. So if Akash Singh is being held back by a check, by money, for the first time you could say money isn't everything. He could just let it go, move on in life, and he's gonna find somebody else. Let's take a look at people's reaction to this. And you know what? Akash Singh makes 6ix9ine look great, or other guys who don't respect their women. They look amazing.
Kind of just get into it.
Okay,
Yeah,
just like to go straight
yeah,
for it. We used to have a little bit of small talk.
Yeah, I mean, if there's
now
something,
it's like
if it comes natural, otherwise, give the people what they paid for. So
okay,
yeah. So this week we're talking about like some celebrity drama, I guess, right? Like Akaash Singh, I think his name is it, the comedian.
Yeah, we had a viewer, which we appreciate you commenting and watching, and he wanted she they I'm assuming he.
I think it was,
but they wanted us to talk about this topic specifically. So I hadn't heard anything.
And look, we got a man and a woman, so their opinion should be on point. Let's see what the female opinion is from this particular woman and the guy's opinion. Like, my assumption is that guy's a simp. And he's probably going to look at it as it's okay for him to be going through hell, trying to keep his relationship tight. But on the other hand, she's going to say, more power to you, girl. Keep destroying him. But let's see.
Thing.
Yeah, I don't.
He left a YouTube video, and I did watch that, and then I watched some other ones because the YouTube video he sent was also a little biased. So I was like, all right, I want to get a little bit more of the scope on it. You hadn't heard about it besides the one video that he also linked on the comment, but there was a lot of good things to talk about.
Yeah,
not like good things in the sense of good things happened in the video, unfortunately, but good talking points. And I'm assuming that's why the commenter wanted us to kind of dissect it, because it does kind of go with something similar-ish to the video he commented on, which was the one that came out about like women friend zoning men and men like friend zoning women that they've slept with. So it's kind of in the same realm of things. So I understand where this came up. And, we want all of our listeners to feel free to reach out.
My audio was off. Sorry about that. What I said was that being friend zone is kind of stupid. You got to just let go and move on to the next individual. That girl doesn't like you, period. There's nothing to understand. She's not getting any more of my attempts to get with her. So you move on in life. We got to teach courses on how to move on in life. We will get rejected in everything. Ain't nobody perfect.
Talk to us and ask for us to talk about things or tell us about their scenarios and if they want advice on it.
Yeah.
So, and then when we watched the video, obviously we were like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of things that we can go over here and give our perspective on.
Yeah, plenty of stuff. So I guess we'll just start by, we'll just play the video. And then, okay. So like the video from my old buddy, Myron, not to give any on this, but just some of the clips that he put at the beginning of it that, so, and then we can kind of.
This is an amazing video. Everybody should have an opinion. This touches everyone. And I think, again, Akaash Singh, thank you for the video. But dude, if this is your norm, you're willing to put up with this and keep it moving, thinking you're in a happy place, more power to you. But for everybody else, just know the last place you want to be is where Akaash Singh is at. Putting up with a demon, with a bottom feeder, with a bottom dweller.
Pause it and go through it. So let me just
turn up the volume. What I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Akaash only dates brown.
Akaash has been with one girl in his life who's a girl. That's my wife. So this is like loyalty.
Okay, so I think just the establishing clip was to say that Akaash is a virgin to prove it, like before he got married. He was, yeah.
So painfully nostalgic for college. Popping my pussy and living my.
You know what? One would think that he remained a virgin, trying to maybe prove something to himself, to his lady, to his God, that he's a pure individual that is not going to cheat. And none of that mattered. At the end of the day, he got with the worst human being on earth. That speaks volume. No matter how pure he is, life set him up with a demon. And he's at a place where he doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't know that he could just say, you know what, stop, and move on. Like, he's continuing to make money. He's young enough to make it up and let it go for your own health.
My best life in these white boy frat houses. I'm actively.
Okay, so, well, maybe we should just go through all the clips, but these are shortened versions of the clip too, because there's in that clip, right? Just we can go through the context first, and then we can discuss the points, right? So in that clip, she goes on to talk about
her college days and
having a rotation of guys that she
partying at the frat houses and all the ratchet songs that were out at the time, which she was also in college around the same time as me, which is also.
And if she's talking about it publicly, I am 100% sure that she spoke with him privately already. He knows what's up. And for all the people saying that it's a setup, they're just lying to get views. This is the worst case scenario to get views, to like destroy your life, your reputation, to destroy everything about you just to get views and clicks. I could imagine that conversation happening behind closed doors, talking about, hey, let's talk about that time you got ran throughout the fraternity. Yeah, that'll get us clicks. That'll get us views. Yeah, talk about that.
I think when I watch this, I'm like, you're at a ripe age of at least 33 and you're reminiscing on your college days. Like, it kind of reminds me of like men who reminisce on their like high school sport highlight. It's like, if that's the highlight of your life and you're still talking about it this long, that's an issue just in general. Like, that's a problem just in general. But now you're married and you're talking about this like you miss your single days.
Oh, hold on. This is his wife.
Right. That's his wife.
Yeah.
You're married
Exactly.
now and you're talking about it like this.
Yeah. And you're a woman talking about it. Like, I mean, it still would be, it still would be bad.
For your wife to also be like, oh, the amount of blowjobs I got in the day, there was this one. That's disrespectful. I don't want to sit here and make it where men can talk about it and women can't, because I do think it goes both ways. I think it's not acceptable for a man to talk like that either.
Right.
Because I think that's part of the problem why women are doing it.
That's two human beings respecting each other. How about that? How about you never hear Akaash talking like that? Akaash. You never hear Akaash talking about his wife. All you hear is him defending her reputation, her honor, her name. And then on the flip side, this is all you hear from her? Man, I feel duped. Like Akaash fooled me. He has a maniac under his arm, and he got to put up with her daily.
It's because they think that because men are doing it, that it's...
They're trying to cut men down by being like, oh, you think you're so big and bad because you got this? Well, I got this. And even though it's easier for women, that's like what they're trying to do with this angle. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying they should be doing it.
Right.
But I think it's a battle of like, who's doing more crazy stuff.
Right.
And then it just looks horrible on both sides. That's why I don't think it's appropriate for a man who's married to be talking about that stuff either. I mean, we've talked about things on this podcast, I feel like, in a respectful way.
Right. Yeah. And it's context for it's not like bragging or
being like, I miss those days.
Exactly.
You know,
I wonder if these two are married, because he seems to be apologizing, talking, whispering to not get her upset. Like he knows how to deal with that young lady. He doesn't want the headache. He's not tough. He's looking dead at her, making sure that his words are connecting. You see the fear that this man has? That's insane. And she is super confident, talking with authority, in my opinion. But look at this man. He's like, man, I hope she doesn't kick me out. You okay with this, right, babe? Are you okay with this, babe? Can I say this? Can I say that?
No, it's different how you phrase it, but I don't think men either should be talking about this.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Because there's also men who would probably say things like this or something, or the men who are like, oh, well, my wife's not as hot as that girl or whatever. It's the same sort of thing.
No, at the end of the day, she hit the lotto. Who gets with a millionaire and shortly after does nothing and get paid thousands of dollars doing nothing? All in all, because she married a millionaire who worships her like a god. That's insane. Given the fact that she's not working or doing anything, he got the right to tell her, women, shut up. I go home at 5. Dinner should be done. When I come through that door, the house better be spick and span. I swear to God. I don't spoken. God has spoken. I'll be right back. I'm stepping out. And he should put the fear of God in that woman.
Pinning it against what you have currently, which is how she's talking about it. She's like, oh, I miss those days so bad sometimes.
The nostalgia, when the nostalgia gets so bad, that's what she's saying, is that she needs, which is just, it's extremely disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
Right? It's like, because the thing is about, the whole thing is like whether or not, like this guy, I guess they got into beef, him and Myron, about, like Akaash was telling Myron some stuff about.
You know how freeing it is to just speak your mind with no fear? Nobody telling you to shut up. Because she tells him on the camera, shut up, stupid. And he just takes it, got no choice.
About women, and so this is his kind of response for it. But, again, not agreeing with the stuff that Myron says. He goes a little too far on that. But obviously he's got some dirt, because a woman talking about her husband like this, or talking, like, representing her husband, right? Because that's how I like when you appear, like, if you create a video, like you do some TikTok sometimes, you're representing me as a man, right? And so it's like, if you're saying this kind of stuff, that's what you're representing.
So he's the husband. Fuck, my dogs are barking. So apparently one can assume he's the husband. So he's very careful how he tailors his conversation, making sure that he doesn't affect her emotions. Like I'm being very respectful, right, babe? That's how he should be.
Right. And
it's
you
very
represent me.
disrespectful. Exactly. Yeah.
And so that's why if you were over here like, oh yeah, I miss going to Vegas and hooking up with all the whoever, whatever.
I don't even remember those names.
But it's the same
Yeah.
sort of thing. Like that's disrespectful to me.
Exactly.
And that would
Yeah.
be a huge problem. Like that's what I'm trying to say is like, without going too far, I'm glad she said this.
Right. Yeah. She's outing herself.
I'm glad she said this.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's saying this stuff. People are mad. It's not just Myron making videos about this woman.
Right.
Like people can tell that this is wrong.
Right.
But I'm glad she said this
Yeah.
for him,
Oh, yeah.
for her, because she has to learn, unfortunately, the hard way, it seems like, that you can't do this.
Right. Exactly.
And not only that, but she comes from money. On top of that, she married money. So she's had a life on a cloud all her life. So all she's going to do is keep it moving. And maybe try to find the next guy that she could shit on. And maybe learn something when she's like 80. By then, who cares, lady? You went through life shitting on men. God bless you, man. I hope more men wake up after this. And don't let their women shit on them.
Yeah.
Like yes, you can say whatever you want, but you will not have a relationship or a husband who's okay with this.
Yeah.
If you're this woman, you're better off single, because if you're reminiscing on your single days, you need to be single.
Yeah. Because it's not even a matter of just saying this publicly. It's a matter of like, I mean, saying like to have the audacity to say it publicly, to not realize like how you're coming across or how disrespectful it is to your spouse by saying that kind of thing. Right. But also to think it.
Right.
Is the second problem is like, where are you coming from that this is something like if you're having that you're actually, if this is actual truth, which it sounds like it's truth, why are you reminiscing on like, go back and be that then, or go live those days? Or again, this is where the guys sort of get upset. It's like, oh, see, you don't want to represent exactly what the red pill talking point is, which is, oh, see, women, when they're younger, they just want to get party and have all the guys they can. But then when they can't do that anymore because they're getting old, then they settle down and they settle for you, right? So, which probably is the case in this case.
No, here's the problem. Right. Actually, I think Akaash, whatever his name is, did not vet this woman enough.
For sure, yeah, no,
and it's more so his fault because it's.
And you know what? I'm thinking Akaash might think, I don't know Akaash, but might think that all women are the same and they got to be treated like goddesses. Like you got to put them on a pedestal, give them all the money in the world, and then you're gonna have a woman that loves you because you give her everything. Wrong. And this woman is proving to the world that that's not the case. It doesn't matter what he gives her. The more he gives, the more he tries, the worse it gets for him. This is like the ultimate simp movie trailer. Like every man should be forced to watch this man's movie. Because we all try to figure out how to make our women happy. This is the worst way to make your woman happy. No respect whatsoever. Not only that, but anybody that goes along with Akaash and agrees with it, that means that they're going through hell also. That means their woman is kicking their asses. Those women are looking at these videos and saying, I'm sorry, I need to go kick my man's ass. I've been taking it lightly on him. I thought I was being tough on him, but no, I need to step it up a notch and kick his ass a little more. And I don't agree with, what's it called? What is that thing called before you get married? The partition of will? No, what is that? What is it called? The prenup. I don't believe in prenup agreement to the point where if you do end up getting married and you forget to sign a prenup, that doesn't mean you're a slave for the rest of your life. That means you're taking an L. You're losing all the money because you didn't sign a prenup, but it's not enough to make you a slave to anyone. You need to just learn to take that L and move on in life.
seems like she's always been this woman. And I don't mean it's his fault as in he deserves this behavior from her.
No.
It's more so his fault in the sense of like, he was never the one for her.
Right.
Because even if whatever she did in her past.
Right.
If he was the one for her, she would not be acting this way.
Oh, for sure.
Period.
Yeah.
Like she would not be reminiscing on any time in her life because right now, her marriage, the person she's with now, is everything to her. It's greater than anything she could have ever imagined. She would give all of the people that she met along the way up just to meet him before anyone else. That's how it would be, and that's how she would act. And we'll see on some of the other clips that that's obviously not the case. And so it's far-fetched to think that she just turned into this person, turned into someone that's just saying all these things on public forums and wasn't this way before. And yes, he said he was a virgin before he got with her and got married. And a lot of men who are in similar situations settle down with the wrong woman because they just want to secure a woman and have a wife and have a woman in their life. And then they're like, why did this happen? Like,
you know what? That's a lonely state of life where you're a virgin, avoiding old women because you hear the crazy stories. And for Akaash to finally settle down to that maniac, he said he was 31 when he finally met up with her and lost his virginity and gave her everything. Maybe that's it. That's psychology. He just felt lonely.
You as a man, you have to pick the right person as well too. Like she obviously is in like a partying, wild phase still in her life, and maybe she always will be because
well, let's not even call it phase because it's a character, right? So, and that's the thing is like, so he lacks experience. That was his issue. It's not like the phase thing is actually what actually, and it would piss me off, dude, and it upsets some guys. Is that like no guy wants a woman who had a partying like wild sex be a slut phase, and now she's out of that phase, and now she's like in a serious relationship with you. Like,
I mean, I get that.
You see what I'm saying? Is because it's like, okay, like that's it. It doesn't. You don't want like. Now, I'm not saying that people don't make mistakes and they don't have the education and realize things, but like, if it's a phase and you grow out of that phase, it's like, okay, that whole saying of like, well, if you're not good enough for me at your worst, you're not good enough for me when I'm at my best.
I understand. However, like the phase part to me.
And you know what's the trick to that phase? All a girl got to do is move to a different town. Get a guy that's not from the area, who doesn't know your history, who doesn't know that you were that girl that everybody passed around, that you actually the girl who broke everybody's virginity within the next 20-mile radius. You were that girl. You was everybody's first. And then she goes ahead and moves to a different town. And now, hey, I'm a virgin. I'm pure as hell. And I'm not gonna lie, I went for that. I said, fuck it. I got married to a maniac that got tossed around town. So then it was my turn after she went through everybody. Everybody just kept it on the hush, kept it on the low. To which I said, you know what? Maybe she was. Fuck it. Let's give it a try. Tried it. Didn't sign a prenup. Got a divorce. But at least I am free and happy that I'm moving on in life. Didn't lose my house, didn't lose my car. Lost a whole bunch of money, but you know what? It's just money. God bless her with that. Keep it moving. I'm glad I didn't lose living situation, a car, and I didn't go to jail. I think that's all a man should care about.
I don't think that it should ruffle as many feathers. I'm not saying that to excuse the behavior in any way.
Right.
But I'm saying that we've all made mistakes, and I get what you're saying. In her sense, it does seem like less of a phase. So you're right, I used the wrong word for sure, because this has gone on for a really long time. She enjoyed that behavior and she's still reminiscing on that behavior. So yes, at that point, it's not a phase. But we all make mistakes, and we've all been through these different parts of our lives. And so I don't think that people should be penalized for them in that way, because I think it matters who you are. And like you said, this is obviously who she is. So I was wrong for saying phase, but I don't think the word phrase should offend guys, because I think you can tell the difference between if you're dealing with a woman like this, or if you're dealing with a woman that's made some mistakes because she was trying to find somebody and she got caught up in some of the things of the world.
That's a different thing.
And she shows you that that's not who she is by how she treats you and the things that she says and how she respects you.
Well, it's also how she.
And it's crazy. A lot of women, I think, that they want to add up the number of men that they got and just continue to sleep around You know, yeah, that's who they are. That's it. Ain't nobody taking that out of their mind. And like I said, I went through it, and there was no taking that out of my ex-wife. She even had a boyfriend while we were married. And I'm like, I put up with a lot, but not that. I'm sorry. I got to figure out how to get you to move on in life. Pursue your own goals and dreams. Let me pursue my personal goals and dreams. And that's it. Not angry enough to get myself locked up. I think we need to teach that more often. How to take it out. Like, we're still alive. Akaash got to let it go. There are more girls. This one didn't work out. She wants to make him a slave, and she got him as a slave. But he got to let go. It hurts me to watch him go through this.
Thinks about those times.
Right.
Because
not reminiscing on that.
Yeah, if you have a respectable woman, she says, "Oh, when I was making mistakes and when I was very lost and seeking validation, because that's the insight that you want to hear."
Right.
That's a respectable way. But you're like, "Oh yeah, I miss those days." Like,
if anybody says that, if you said that, it would not be okay.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's not okay to be in that state. But a lot of it comes from him not having the experience as a man. A man has to, and not just in the selection, but also in the. I don't want to say the word training, but it is to a degree. But it's like, because you train people how to treat you, right? So like everyone does that. So, but in being a man, the leading of the woman, like when you meet a woman, because imagine, right? Like, because there's two pieces of it. There's one that she has the audacity to say this out loud, and there's one that she thinks it, right? And so, if I was a man who had no backbone, right, and just was not masculine at all, was not a leader to you at all, we were just married and I just had money, right, and I didn't understand those things, like you didn't trust me as a leader, right? Would you not potentially find yourself reminiscing about past experiences and things like that? You know what I'm saying?
I went through that, and she misses so much that all she could think of, how can she get money out of me? Again, being strong enough and smart enough to just say, young lady, I don't want any problems, just move on in life. What do you want? Alimony? I think we settled for like 20 G's. But I'm thinking, you know what? I'd rather pay that than be a slave to you and your boyfriends. All you guys, good luck in life. I'm just happy I didn't get sick. And I hope no ill will. They're not going to get sick, but I'm just saying, I'm glad that I made it out of that one with no problems.
I'm not trying to put you on like trap you in any way, but I'm just saying, I think it would be a natural thing. You wouldn't find me sexually attractive if I was that kind of man, and I wouldn't expect you to if I was a man that had no backbone and
you're a pushover.
Exactly. And so you probably even would think about other situations and when things were.
And girls, no girl likes pushover. I swear to God, they want a guy that's there to defend them. And again, do not be a pushover. Yeah, you got to stand on your own 4 feet. Do the good and the bad. And I'll be honest, I wasn't. I came off as a pushover to the point where the marriage didn't last. And all she thought about, she said when she left, all I want is $100,000. I'm like, I don't even know what $100,000 looks like. What the hell, who are you talking to? But again, no, not pissed off, not mad, just let it go.
Different, you know what I'm saying? When you had more things in your life that excited you, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be contrarian, but
no, I'm not. Yeah,
and she looks good, by the way. I think she's like an actress from Hollywood from back in the days. Maybe she just looks familiar.
I don't know. I think I would first like try to have a conversation and try to like, even though.
But if that was a guy that you married, but if that was, it's because he wasn't.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even get close to marrying someone that's like that. Exactly. Like I know that
because you're not going to be filled already, right, at a sexual level. So why even do it unless it's for the money? Right. So this is exactly. I don't want to name names. I was actually going to tell you this in the car, but I'll say it without saying his name because we know who the person is. Okay,
mystery.
Yeah, the person who's tried to like defame us and has really targeted you. Yes, targeted you. Okay, this is exactly what's actually happening with the Akaash situation and his wife. Is exactly what this person thinks that you are and what's happening with us. It's the exact thing that he thinks it is. Am I right? Yeah, it's exactly what he thinks. Right, like just for the money.
Right. And you're him and I'm her.
And using the clout, right, to have a platform to talk. Right, like
yes, because I drag you here all the time and force you. I'm kicking you under the table as we speak.
Right, and no true leadership and like just and like reminiscing about the times and like being like, but it's exactly what he thinks. Right, but that's what's actually happening here.
Right, exactly. So. It's like the extreme version, which like this is extreme. Like, and unfortunately, guys see this video and they think all women are going to act this way, and that's not the case.
Let me play a little bit more of this so that people can get, because they're like, what are you talking about from that 2 seconds?
Yeah, true.
He's trying to have an orgy and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. It's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. It's just to know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have 2 butthole stories. So one time,
Okay, so
this is her on a podcast with someone else, some other lady that she knows.
Yeah.
And she's talking about the other woman's husband.
Saying, I want to have an
Akaash's
orgy
wife.
with you, trying to get, like
talking about another woman's husband.
Right.
This way.
Like it's this guy, Naz, and saying that his body is whatever, he's always got the face card, right? And then he probably has a huge
schlong.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
right.
Schlong,
So
okay.
just, I mean, we might as well just go through the whole thing and then we'll.
this guy on Tinder, and I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh my god! And I remember I like kind of.
So another, like there's the
like
further
telling
part of the
stories
story
that are just, you probably
you don't
shouldn't
even
say
need
at
to know.
all. Even if you are single, you
Right.
probably shouldn't be talking about some guy that like you let sleep in your bed and you woke up and he like, you're assuming he did something to you.
Right.
That's like a whole different level.
Yeah.
When you use a vibrator, I just think my imagination is vibration enough. I'm just thinking like my own husband while I'm like doing it. Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that. Yeah.
Okay, so then that one, the longer clip is that she's, again, talking to her friend. Her friend is the one that says that she just uses her imagination.
And thinks about her husband.
And sometimes thinks about her husband. And then this is Akaash's wife, says, oh, I could never do that.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, so.
Husband's finances. And I'm gonna be really fucking honest. I don't. We don't. First of all, that's a fucking red flag. Any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street.
And we'll talk about that one too. I mean, maybe we have enough stuff and we can talk about the segments as they come, but you can see what we're dealing with, right? So it's like.
Oh, now we can go in?
Yeah, I think we can go in because I want to talk about the bank accounts thing separately. I don't want to get.
You know what's funny? When I was married to my second wife, I lost like 90% of my friends because they knew that all she really wanted was my money. So they don't want to be associated with an individual who's stupid enough to get fooled by this dumb woman who was fooling him into his pocket to get his money. So I completely understand all the guys not wanting to be associated with me. Now I'm in a situation where I'm by myself, finally, and I'm the happiest I could be. Like, I don't like to prove myself to anybody except for myself. So shout out to all of my friends. I completely understand why they all broke out. And I think the same thing is going to happen to Akaash. All his friends should be bouncing on him and breaking out because at the end of the day, if he's going through it, that means his friends are going through it. If he's getting fooled, that means they are getting fooled. So just based on that alone, their reputation is everything. It's kind of the reason why they got to step back and step out and let Akaash go. This is the worst case scenario for any man. Let me play this other video that says a lot. I think paints a better picture of what's going on. It's over. Akaash Singh hit rock bottom. He did hit rock bottom. All right, this is the worst case scenario for any man alive, for any human being. Let me see if the video plays. Any human being being used as a slave, all you can do is feel sorry for them. That's their answer to life. Being used as a slave. Let's check out this reaction. I think everybody's reacting to it. So this is giving everybody views. I hope I get some views. Because this is the scariest worst case scenario for any man. But my answer to the whole problem is to press the reset button. To let go. There's no enough money on earth that would make me remain a slave to anybody. So Akaash got to press the reset button and let everything go. No money is worth it to be treated like a slave. So that's my answer to the problem. Press the reset button and start it over. Be happy you're still alive. You're not in jail. And you got the basics of life. You got somewhere to live. And a car to get you from point A to point B. What else do we want? Why is the video not playing? So Akaash right now is on tour for his comedy special, and he's gonna be coming back to Flagrant Show soon enough that I want to see a response from him. Everybody wants to see a response from him. How is he responding to being treated like a slave? And this, in my opinion, he's just gonna own up to it. Like, hey, that's his relationship. That's how he lives life. His wife running through him, telling him to shut up. And that's his answer to getting the girl of his dream. Because his girlfriend is pretty, but
Good morning. It's a beautiful day in Dubai. I am getting a massage. Akaash is a little tired, so he's gonna go stay sleeping.
she's pretty.
And I'm gonna run around the room.
Seriously, this man Akaash
Let me slow it down.
has become a laughing stock of the entire internet.
I'm living my best life
Let me slow it down.
in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster. Of guys that I would rotate through.
You know it's hard out here for a sim. Shows when you're trying to give your honey every sip.
You can literally see the stress all over him. This is not how you're supposed to look when you're on vacation. He looks depressed, drained, and sad for real, while she's just having the time of her life. But now that she's getting all the attention that it seems like she always wanted, she's doubling down by continuing to be the most embarrassing and worst wife on the internet.
So Ash hasn't been doing shit for Happy this week because he's been sick. So also whatever. I'm fucking deal. The way this guy has been sleeping in his cocoon, like he's been hibernating, it's like you think he fucking came down with TB or something.
She is giving Jada Pinkett Smith a run for her money as worst celebrity wife ever.
You know, Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
And honestly, Akaash deserves all the smoke he's getting because he's an example of a successful man with low self-esteem that tied his self-worth to a woman that clearly doesn't care about him, while he put her in a position to embarrass him in the first place.
So for the longest time, I told my husband he couldn't look at me until he got to 1 million followers because, like, who the fuck are you if you don't even have 1 million followers on Instagram?
Now, I know this channel is super entertaining, but for all the times you get bored, there's a game you can play and get paid for. If you check out the link in the description or scan the QR code, you can sign up for freecash.com and start right away. It's simple, and it only takes a few seconds to create an account with your email and password. Inside, you'll see a wall of games.
I hate my internet. But in any case, like I was saying, she is horrific. Let me see if I can fast forward past this commercial. My internet is slow. But yeah, she is the worst case scenario.
And start playing for cash in your spare time. And when you use my link or QR code, you get a $5 bonus to kick things off. But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like.
So yeah, everybody's reacting to this.
So I feel like I'm part of this group of girls that had to find myself while in a healthy relationship. For me, I feel like I kind of worked backwards. Like I did all this work in my relationship, but then afterwards I was like, wait, who the fuck am I? What do I like? What do I need to do? And Akaash is like starting to achieve this success in comedy. And I'm like, am I going to resent him because I don't have anything going on?
It sounds like that's exactly what happened. He became a rich, famous celebrity in the Rogan sphere. And it seems like she got jealous of him and felt left out and wanted to start her own thing while embarrassing and leeching off of her husband.
Okay, so I've been getting a lot of comments that I'm using my husband for clout. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. No lies were told. I am leveraging the support I have. It's kind of like nepotism, but like through my husband. So like spousal nepotism. What's wrong with that?
Do you know what my husband just tried to do to me?
Yeah.
We're leaving. Shut up. We're leaving in Paris in 5 hours. So tensions are a little high.
Yeah.
We also just redid our closet.
She says, shut up. Tensions are high. Again, that man got to put the fear of God into that woman. seriously, she should watch her mouth.
This is all her closet now. She took the whole closet.
Which we already agreed upon.
Now she's saying she doesn't have no space.
And now I'm saying I don't have space for all my
Curious to know, like, how do you guys handle things around the house?
Oh, I actually don't cook and clean ever.
Oh, I don't cook. I don't clean. Let me tell you, I got this written.
Okay, so I try to cook like maybe once a week, but since I've been making content and TikToks, that hasn't really been happening. But no, we have like a cleaning lady come once a week because also like cleaning is hard and it's really stressful and it damages your cuticles and your nails. If you spend like X amount of money on the nail salon, it's kind of a waste to like up your.
And she lives by herself. How about just pick up after yourself? That's cleaning.
Manicure. That's how we kind of split that. We outsource, which I truly believe in.
I don't know what Akaash was thinking, because clearly it was all about the money.
A lot of work from MTV. Like his first show was Wildin' Out, and then he did Guy Code, and he was just like on a bunch of MTV shows, and he was able to like reach a 6-figure salary, which at the time was really huge for us. But then in 2018, like all of the opportunities started to dry up. He was kind of aging out of the MTV bracket, and he wasn't really getting any attention from the industry. So he was pretty much losing all his income, and at the same time I was working a really toxic job with like a toxic manager and like working till 2 a.m, and it just caused a lot of stress on our relationship. I really, wanted to get married and like wanted to move forward, and he was like, I don't even know who I am as a man if I'm not even able to achieve something I poured 15 years into, and like I don't even know how I'm going to provide for you or our future as a family. And everything came to a head when my mother-in-law came to visit us. I was being very distant because of everything we were going through. Akaash was very stressed, and I think she kind of internalized it like that I was being bitchy towards her or passive aggressive towards her. It was a huge fight between all of us. Basically, Akaash did not defend me, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I can be in a relationship with this person anymore.
Akaash was making 6 figures when they got together. Then he basically went broke, and she was unhappy. And in her own words, she was being bitchy and standoffish to Akaash when his mother came to town, which his mother then picked up on. They got into a huge argument, and she decided to leave him because he didn't defend her while she was being bitchy and standoffish with.
I think relationships are moments in life. I think Akaash trying to make this a forever wife, he got to learn to let go. This ain't it. This woman is putting this man through the ringer and keeps testing his patience to see how much he's willing to put up with. And the more and more he puts up with shit, you could say that she's like, yeah, I got him. This guy ain't shit. Men ain't shit. Akaash ain't shit. So she put him through the ringer.
Him and I guess his mother, and his mother took offense to it.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
So after this, we both took a much needed break, and we just needed time to reflect on our own outside of the relationship. I took a trip to India with my mom for my cousin's wedding. We went to see their Bar Sahib, which is the holiest Sikh temple, and I just wanted to find my identity again and reconnect with my spirituality. And similarly, Akaash needed to find his voice.
I mean, it's crazy for some people to say your dreams don't matter, because maybe this is Akaash's dream to find a girl this beautiful to be his girl. And he's going above and beyond the code of duty to keep her next to him. I can see some men doing that for like a business that's making them money and then putting in all the energy and time and effort to make that business flourish, to make money out of it. But this is sad. We see him putting all the time, energy, and effort for a maniac that's just there to destroy him. It's like, how many bullets can he take? How many bullets can he dodge?
Voice within the relationship and find his voice between his mom and me.
She means he had to put in work, get famous, and get that bag, and then she came back.
Me and Akaash kind of like weaving in and out, but like being there for each other. But I think simply put, like, does your significant other bring the best out in you?
Yeah.
Because like then you'll kind of know too. And I feel like my husband has always like encouraged me been there for me, believed in me, supported in me.
Supported her in doing what? She has bragged several times on this podcast, on TikTok, about not working, not cleaning, not cooking, not doing dishes, not doing his laundry.
And then for laundry, like I do my own laundry, he does his own laundry.
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
Basically living this rich housewife lifestyle with no responsibility except to take care of herself.
I was like such a loser and I like wanted to be popular and do all these things, but like I couldn't make 2 friends to save my fucking life.
Which makes sense why she wants to be the it girl, socialite, social media star now, living this jet-setting lifestyle funded completely by her husband while starting her own Boss Lady podcast, literally embarrassing her husband to make it seem like she's successful herself.
You and your husband split finances, and I'm gonna be really honest.
I don't.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
First of all, that's a red flag. I'm not like, no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a red flag. This is not a 2-way street. This is a 1-way street. His money is our money and my money is my money. And look, have I only made $600 from content creating? Wow, I went up $100 from last week. But that's my money.
A broke woman telling you what you can do with your money is just a different level of delusion.
And I also think like checking in on your friends.
Yes.
Because I think sometimes like you're really happy, bubbly friends. Like I was that way, like are really just carrying so much. And I wish that we just checked on each other more. And additionally, I wish that like we were open with each other instead of like, how are you? Oh, I'm good. Like, actually, I'm fucking, it sucks right now. And like, and that's it.
It's so funny that she would be saying this on a podcast when she clearly doesn't give a fuck about her.
She really doesn't care about Akaash. That's not her man. She's picturing herself with some other dude and right now going through the motions while she finds her real man. This is insane. But what do you think? Comment down below. Do you think she's doing great or she's doing the right thing by him? I think at the end of the day, it depends who you are in terms of, are you a fan of Akaash or not? Because if you're not a fan, you're probably celebrating the fact that he's getting his ass kicked by this young lady who could care less about his emotions. But again, my name is Noel, going through a divorce. And hey, forget that he didn't sign a prenup. Let it go. Press the reset button, start all over. Give her all money and never look back. Yeah, she got you, but at least you're still alive and conscious and could live with yourself. You know how great it is to wake up, not having to worry that the other person next to you is upset at you, not having to care what the person in the same room as you thinks. That is complete freedom that I think Akaash needs. To just let go, press the reset button, fuck fear. The man is almost 40. If not, he's already 40. You don't live a great life. It is what it is. You waited to 31 to give it up. And then after you did, nothing happened, then move on. There's more fishes in the sea. There's more women down the block. It's hard to see. It's hard to really believe. But you have to, for your own conscience, for your own health, you got to think that there is more down the block. I mean, I found more down the block. And I said, you are mine. And I moved on in life. No verdad ode. Saluda, levanta la mano. That's Odechi saying hi to everybody. With that said, give this video a thumbs up. I'm moving on with myself. Akaash, please move on for yourself. Do it for all of us. Don't be a Mario Sanchez. And if you know who's Mario Sanchez, then you know what's up. A guy that gets brutally picked on by his wife.